Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this googly-eyed turkey. And he's very unique because he's got a Christmas bulb for his belly, and you can open this and put candy or whatnot in there. So all I did, I'll show you the first thing, is it comes on a package, excuse my noise, like this, and they're Christmas ornaments, and I just bought them at the dollar store, and they open and you can close them. So I had my husband just chop that right off. I don't need that. You're welcome to keep that and weave that up through it and make it have a hanging on your Christmas tree if you want, or whatever you're making. Move that to the side. So remember, I just took the tape off, and I'm gonna take some stuff and take that sticky stuff off, but I just had him cut that little part off because I don't need it. I just want the bulb. And so that's that part of it. And then, so he's googly eyes, he's got a little beak, and I don't know what this little thing is called, and his wings and his feet and his tail. So let's get started. I'm going to pop him up. So I'm going to use a crochet hook, a size H, and then occasionally I will use a size F. And then a tapestry needle, a pair of scissors, some stuffing, a pair of googly eyes. These are purple, hope you can tell. And then you're going to need some yarn. Brown yarn for the turkey, some red yarn, some yellow yarn, some orange, and some green yarn. And so we're going to start with the belly first. And I just take my crochet hook and the brown, and I start with a, sorry, I didn't see that very well. I'm going to start with a magic loop, and there it is. And then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to put 12 half double crochets in the magic loop. And then I'm going to come back when I have my 12. Okay, so there's my 12, and I'm going to tighten the center, but first I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, so it makes it just a simple round, and I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to tighten, make sure the center's tighten, make a knot, and then weave in my ends and come back. Okay, so I'm ready for round 2, and I'm going to just do 1 half double crochet in that same chain 1 space, and then I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in the next, and then I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So I've completed that round, and I'm going to slip stitch the beginning. I have 24 half double crochets on that round, and this is what it looks like. I slip stitched the beginning, and I've chained my 1. I didn't tighten my center hole very well. I might go back and tighten that more. But now for the third round, I'm just going to do a half double crochet in that same stitch as the chain 1, and I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in the next, and 2 in the next. So that's the pattern I'm going to repeat. Is I'm going to put 1 in the next stitch, and then 2 in the next. I'm going to repeat that all the way around. So I'll see you when I get done with the third row. Alright, so I've completed that round, and I have a total of 36 stitches, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning chain 1, and then I'm going to put 1/2 double crochet in that same stitch as the chain 1, and then I'm going to put 1/2 double crochet in each stitch around. And I'm going to make sure that it's not going to be, you know, very large around it, but I think it'll do just fine. You can kind of just test it, see? So you're not quite to where you need to go 3/4 of the way, or at least, is what I did on the other one. So, and we're just going to crochet all the way around, 1/2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So when I get done, I'll come back. Okay, so I have 36 stitches at the end of this round, and I'm just going to slip stitch the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm just going to put 1/2 double crochet in the same stitch as the chain 1, and I'm going to put 1/2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So I'll see you when I come back. And you just double check, keep going as you go to make sure it's not going to be really large around that bulb. So, because if so, then you got to start to make sure you decrease some stitches. So I'll come back when I'm done with this round. Alright, so I've completed that round. If I don't. So I think I'm going to leave and make this 35 stitches instead of 36, so it goes snug against that ball. And you're not going to notice it much anyway. And then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to put 1/2 double crochet in that same stitch. And I'm on row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is row 6. And so you can see it's almost halfway. And I'm just going to continue to crochet 1/2 double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so I have 36. I counted the row below again, and I had 36 stitches the row below. I'll correct that in my editing, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm just going to put 1/2 double crochet in that same chain 1 space, and I'm just going to put the ball inside. You know, I think I'm going to do a couple of decreases so it stays on the ball better. So I'm going to start with a decrease. So instead of doing a 1/2 double crochet in that first stitch, I'm going to do a 1/2 double crochet decrease. And then I'm just going to go about halfway, flatten it, and then I'm going to put another decrease just so it stays. And so I'm just going to do 1/2 double crochet in between, just so it stays tighter around that ball. I just don't want it to be floppy. Now you need to test your tension and your crocheting around your ornaments to make sure it fits properly, because everybody's crocheting is different for tension, and then yarn plays a role as well. So I'll see you when I get back from this row. I'm sorry, I'm at the halfway mark. So here's my halfway mark. You can see it's hard to tell, but I'm at the halfway mark. So I'm just going to put a 1/2 double crochet decrease. And then I'm just going to continue the rest of the way and doing 1/2 double crochet. So I have 33 stitches on this round, and this is my 7th round, and I'm going to slip stitch the beginning. So I've slip stitched the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to work a half double crochet in that same space, and then I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And if it seems loose, then I'm going to adjust it, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna need, you can see that it's not coming out. I'm just holding on to the glass bulb, and that's what I want. I don't want to glue it in there. You can, I guess, but I want to be able to take it out. So I'm going to come back when I'm done with this round. All right, so this is my row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 33 stitches on this row, and I'm going to slip stitch the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to cut my working yarn, pull up that loop, tighten that. There's my knot, and I've already made sure it slides in, and I've gone more than halfway around so you can see it. And so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, it's easier with a smaller hook. You can start with the tail, or you can start with the wings. So the tail, you can see it's this fan here, and I take it to the back of the back at the bottom where the seam is, and I go underneath the center. If you can see, he's on that next round underneath that center is where I'm going to start stitching. And I'm going to take my brown yarn, and I'm just going to make a slip knot on my crochet hook. And you can see that I just did double crochets, and you can count them. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them. So it's kind of half of a fan. And so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go underneath on this part of the, you can see the center right there, and I'm going to go underneath that, and I'm going to grab my yarn, and I'm just going to do a single crochet to attach, a chain 2, and then I'm going to put 9, actually 8 half double crochets in there, or actually 9 half double crochets. That includes this one right here, or double crochets, I'm sorry. And the reason why I do 9, and that includes this one, is because I'm going to chain back down to the beginning. So it's just a fan. So there's 2, 4, 5, and I'm just going in the same spot, the same place. So there's 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, whoops, and then this is 9, and my hand's in the way. And then now I'm going to do my 10th one, and I'm just going to do chain 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch the beginning, and then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my working yarn. It's kind of hard to see the brown yarn. And you pull up a knot, and then there is my little fan for the tail, and he pops up for the turkey tail for the little fan. So you're going to weave in your ends, and then I'm going to take my smaller crochet hook again, and I'm just going to make another slip knot on my crochet hook. And this time you're going to want to make sure the fan is up in the back, and you're going to start on your sides for your wings. And so I'm just going to go into where I think it's going to be even for the sides. You can see from the side view, kind of flatten it a little bit and go up. And I just pull up that side loop. And I just kind of make sure it's where I want it to be. Don't want it too low. So you can see this guy. I don't want him too low, but I don't want him too high. I want him just center for his wings. So it's kind of hard to place it. I know that it's above the tail. About, I don't know, 1, 2. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches above where the tail would be. So if you wanted to count that way, you could go right here's just straight for the tail, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and start there. We'll just do that. And then you're going to attach with another single crochet. And you're going to chain 2. And you're going to do 4 double crochets. Well, actually 3, because that counts as my 4. So you're just going to do 3 double crochets around that same stitch. So there's my 4. I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to put 1/2 double crochet all the way back in each stitch. And then I'm going to chain 3. Oops. And I slip stitch back, chain 1, and then I cut my working yarn. And there's one wing. And then I'm going to go to the other side. And then you're going to want to make sure they're even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's where I want my other wing. So I make my slip knot. And I tighten on my crochet hook. And I already have my spot where I want it. And so you're just going to attach with another single crochet. And you're going to chain 2. And then you're going to do 3 double crochets in that same stitch. There's 3. Here's my 4th. And then I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to go 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way back. And then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch down to the beginning. Whoops. And I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to snip my working yarn. And there is my bottom part of the tail. There's the tail that flips up, and then there's your, here, let me get the little ball so you can see it. So there's my little wings and my tail. Can't see it very well, but there's my little wings. And I'm going to weave in my ends and come back. Okay, so now we're going to do the head with the googly eyes, the last bit of brown. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start with another magic ring. And I used the other crochet hook. Chain 1 and I put the magic ring on top of the googly eyes, and I did 8 half double crochets. You can do a few more if you don't want to have such a little head, or you can do a few less. But I'm going to do 8 half double crochets around the googly eyes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and here's 8. And then I take the string from the tighten the magic ring, and I pull it behind the eyes, and I'm going to wrap my crochet hook around around both of those loops, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in there. Whoops. And then I make sure I pull it tight, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. So I grab my hook. Whoops, you can see that. And then I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. Chain 1, and I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in each stitch. Oops. And then so I'm just going to do that all the way around and come back. So I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning now that I have my 2 half double crochets in each stitch, and then I'm going to put a half double crochet in that same stitch, and then I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and I'll come back when I'm done with that. Oops. Okay, so I have my 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, which is 20, which it should have been the round before as well. And you're just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do a half double crochet decrease in every 2 stitches all the way around. So that's all I'm going to do, is I'm just going to decrease in every 2 stitches all the way around. So you have this little ball now, and I have 10 stitches, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and then I'm going to start to decrease again in every stitch. And before I get too carried away, I'm going to stuff it. So, and you're not going to need a lot. So you're just going to stuff it and make it so it's fully stuffed. See, I don't think I need any more. I think it's full. So now I'm just going to continue to decrease in every 2 stitches all the way around, and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so now I've made it to the beginning, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. And I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut a little length, not a very long one, and I pull up that loop, and then I'm just going to weave in my ends. So I'm just going to go through and weave in my ends and come back. So I weaved in my ends, and I knotted, and I tightened. So that's all done, and I'm just going to snip that tail, and there's your turkey head. And so I just come back here and I get my hot glue ready. But before that, make sure your hot glue is heating up. And I grab my crochet hook, and you can use a bigger hook or a little hook, and it depends on the yarn, of course, for which you want to do for your feathers. And so what you're going to want to do, we can start with the yellow. You're going to want to have a feather in an orange, a green, a red, and a yellow. And so I'll start with the yellow. The yellow is a thinner yarn. I don't know why. And I'm just going to count to 10 with 10 chains. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's my 10. And I'm going to single crochet in that second chain from hook. And then the next. And I'm going to do a half double crochet. And then I'm going to do 3 double crochets. And the next 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, I should say. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet. And then I'm going to do another half double crochet. And the end stitch, I'm going to do just a single crochet, but I'm going to put 3 of them in that same stitch. And so there's my 3, and then I'm not going to go in this stitch again. I'm going to go into this one with a half double crochet, and then the next with a half double, trying to weave in my ends behind. And then I'm just going to do a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet. Pull some more yarn here. And then the next one I'm going to do a half double crochet. And the next one I'm going to do a single crochet. And then I'm just going to slip stitch to that first one. And I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to cut my working yarn. And so there is your leaf, or it could be a leaf or it could be a feather, whatever you want it to be, but that's how I make the tail feathers for the turkey. And then of course I weave in my ends, and then you're going to want to do the smaller crochet hook with the orange, and you're going to want to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to do a single crochet in each of those all the way back. I skip the second one, or I start in the second chain from hook. So there's my 4 stitches. Chain 1, and then I'm going to do a decrease, a half double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches, and then in the last 2 stitches. So, and then I'm going to chain 1, and so now you have 2 stitches, and you're just going to do a half double crochet decrease. And the reason why I do half double crochets is because I think that yarn fills in some of those gaps, so it makes it full. But you can do whatever you want. And so there is my little beak. I weave in my ends. So there's my little beak. And then you're going to take some red and crochet the, I don't know what you want to call it. Is it a dewlap? I don't even know what it is. It's the little turkey like feather thing on the face. And so I'm going to take my red and I make a slip knot on my crochet hook, and it's not very long. So I crochet 7 or chain 7. Oops. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm just going to, you can single crochet, you can half double crochet, whatever you want. Make it as wide or as narrow as you want. You can have it narrow at the bottom and just do 2 single crochets and make it a little bit wider at the top with half double crochets. I mean, with my videos, I hope that you can change things and make it your own. I have a knot in my yarn. Because the whole point is to make it fun and happy and lighthearted and not be, you know, difficult, and there's going to be difficult things. And then just do half double crochet all the way. So you can do whatever you want. Chain 1. And then I'm going to cut my working yarn. And then of course I weave in my ends. And then there is your little turkey beak and your feathers. So let's start gluing them on. So I'm going to glue the tail feathers on first. Take some of my hot glue and I start with the red. I start with that one. And I make sure that the front side of the yarn is facing out, and I'm just going to glue it on. And then I'm going to grab a yellow and I'm just going to glue that next, trying not to take up a ton of space. And then I'm going to grab the orange, and I take the smaller part of the feather and glue it. I don't do the bigger part. So, and then here's the green, and I'm just going to glue that one. Whoops, made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. And then of course you're welcome to change things up again. You don't have to use the same colors I do. I just picked some colors that I thought would go good with the turkey, and so that's what I did. And so now I'm going to glue the head on. So, but before I do that, I take the red little flap and I put some hot glue and I put it on the beak so it's kind of attached like this. And then I have the little face, and I don't do the entire beak. I just do a little bit because I want the beak to stick out. So you can see I don't glue him all the way down. I just glue him so he's attached on the side. And if you have to, add some more glue to the back of the red. And then don't worry about the hot glue if you make a mess, because sometimes if you use a hairdryer or even snip the part that you did, you can fix it. So as long as it's not a big, big air. And so now I'm going to put some glue on the center of him so I can have the face be on there. And I just set him there. And so he's basically done except for his feet. So now his feet, you're going to grab some more yellow. And you're going to do the smaller crochet hook. And it's just, if you've seen my my frog feet on my other videos, you're going to want to, it's the same thing. So I just go to the bottom of my turkey and I just pull up with a slip knot on my crochet hook. And I start with a single crochet, and I'm going to chain 7. Oops. This yarn is really splitty. I don't know why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to slip stitch down 3, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to slip stitch down 3 more. It's a little bit of a tedious, and then I'm going to go right back to the center of that first one. I'm going to chain 4. Whoops. Pull some more yarn here. 3, 4, slip stitch down those 3. And then to the center. And then I go I single crochet all the way up. It's like 3 stitches up the leg. And I always go into both of those single crochet stitches that I do. And then I'm just going to go around that loop one more time with a slip stitch and chain 1. And I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side. And weave in my ends. Just going to do the same thing to the other side, the other leg. So let me come back when I get the other leg done. So there you have it. You have both legs of your turkey. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I think he gets the job done. I think he makes a cute little googly-eyed little, I don't know, you can stick whatever you want in there. So if you want him to light up, have him light up. Put little, I don't know, lights in there. I mean, obviously I didn't put them in there right, but you can make them light up. You can put candy in there, give them for teachers, to each your own. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any other ideas of what you want to see me make, let me know. Please email me. Thanks. Bye.